Hey y'all, Caleb here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can sync your VS Code settings between different PCs. So you're going to want to install Visual Studio Code if you haven't already. I'll make sure to add a link in the description. And you're going to want to go to the extensions icon. And as you can see, I already have a number of extensions installed that I want to share with my work PC. And this way I don't have to manage them separately and wonder, oh, do I have this one here and not this one there. This makes things really simple and really straightforward. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for sync, and it should be one of the first options in the list. It's called Setting Sync. And as you can see here, what it says it does is it synchronizes your settings, snippets, themes, files, icons, launch, key bindings, a lot of stuff, right? For me, the biggest one is extensions, but it's nice to have these other items included. So we're going to click install. And when you do that for the first time, you're going to get this welcome page. And so what we're going to want to do is Setting Sync is actually going to create a gist file up in GitHub, and that's what it's going to use to be able to see what needs to be installed on what PC, what's missing, so on and so forth. So we're going to log in with GitHub. And you may be wondering what happened here. What it's actually going to do for you is it will go to GitHub and have you log in and basically authorize Setting Sync's access to see a list of your gist files and use the one you've created associated with it to save a list of extensions and themes and features that you're using. So once you've done that, you'll get this tab which says success. You may now close this. So we're done here. So we're going to close the tab, and it's actually going to show you a list of all of your existing gist files, right? And as you can see here, I have a couple of Visual Studio Code sync gist. You can have multiple ones if you want. You're typically not going to need to, or you can create a new one from scratch. So to show you what it would be like starting from the beginning, we're going to create a new one. Okay, and now that we've created a new one, we're actually going to want to go into your Visual Studio power bar, which gives you access to pretty much just about anything you need with inside of this IDE. And to do that, you just Control P, and then we're going to do the arrow, and we're going to search for sync. And you'll see that we have a bunch of different sync options here. For you, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to update or upload settings. And when you do that, it's just going to let you know that it's going to be replacing whatever settings you already have existing. If you've been using this, it's going to overwrite whatever's up there. So if you've uninstalled extensions or changed themes, those will be lost. But for us, that's fine. So we're going to click yes. And you'll see in the output here that it's basically telling us, the gist that it created, that it is a secret one. So this is not a public file that people can access. This is really only used for you to manage your configuration. You can also share it with people if you have a team, you all want to have the same setup. You can share it amongst yourselves, but it's not public. And you'll see that, right, it uploaded your extensions, key binding, settings, and added all the extensions that I currently have installed. And you see there's quite a few. So now that we've done that, a list of our settings are up in the cloud, up in GitHub. But what if you want to download your sync settings onto your work PC, for instance? I'll show you how you can do that as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go remove one of our extensions, and we're going to reload VS Code, and we're going to look at sync again. For me, I'm going to reset the extension settings so that you'll see what happens when I do a download. If I didn't do that, nothing has changed with my settings, so you're not actually going to see the output. But we're going to go to sync download settings. So on your work PC, you've installed the extension, you've connected to GitHub, you've selected the appropriate gist file. Then we're going to click download. And looks like I'm going to have to log in with GitHub again since I reset everything. So just give me a minute. And we're going to select this one. So in this case, right, you're pulling down the gist file, and it's letting you know that everything worked correctly. So here is what I wanted to show you. If you're starting from scratch, you will have more extensions installed than this. For instance, you would have 14. All these would be installed because it's going to go through and look at all the ones in the list versus the ones you have installed in your PC. In this case, you saw I removed the remote WSL, so it reinstalled it for me. And again, it synced the settings that it had previously pushed up to the gist. And let's see. So we're going to do a restart, and just so we can make sure that that extension got added back. As you see, there it is. So so I found this to be a really valuable extension, especially if you're working in multiple places, or multiple environments. Definitely makes things cleaner and simpler, and one less thing that you have to manage. So if you have any questions or comments about syncing your VS Code settings, please leave them below, and I'll make sure to respond to them as soon as I can. And thanks for watching, and hope y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all.